Did you get stuck in a queue yesterday? Did you not like some of the new changes to Pokemon Center? Well, in today's video, we're breaking down why I think some of those changes are good, why I hope they stay, and hopefully some things to look forward to moving forward coming out of the Pokemon Center. So if you are interested in that, make sure you stick around. Let's get to it. Hey collectors, welcome back to the channel. It's Ken here with CSMCollecting.com, also the owner of Can't Say More Collecting LLC. I'm an active duty military member who decided to start selling my own personal collection to start my business back in November of 2024. I don't remember my dates here. And then in March of 2025, I decided to open my own website, csmcollecting.com, where I sell Japanese and English Pokemon products as of now. Hopefully that will change in the future and I'll be able to add more to there. But if you're interested in Japanese and English Pokemon products, please make sure you go check out csmcollecting.com. Um, Little different update setup for me this week. I heard the feedback on needing a wireless mic. I had one, it wasn't really working, so corded headphones for this video, and then hopefully I bring a little bit more energy so my videos aren't as monotone or boring as some of my other ones are. Um, I breathe for a living, so I'm kind of like not really like overly energetic when I breathe, because I have to be kind of like serious all the time. But hopefully I can make some changes. Please continue to give me feedback. I do appreciate it. And before we really get into it, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, and it keeps me motivated and give me all the critiques to make myself better moving forward, because this is not a short-term thing for me. This is long-term, and I am trying to get better every day. But now let's get into the real content of the video. Uh, if you don't know, White Flare, Black Bolt dropped yesterday on Pokemon Center. I was sitting at work, just happened to hop over to Facebook, and saw somebody put in a group chat that I'm in, hey, releases are up, get on Pokemon Center now. So I immediately went out and took my lunch break and hopped on my phone, hopped in the car, turned on the AC, wanted to keep my phone nice and cold, so it didn't overheat because it was mid 80s yesterday for us down here in the Hampton Roads area. And I sat in my car and I pulled up the website, and the first thing I see was this lovely little thing. Uh, hey trainer, thanks for visiting Pokemon Center. So instantly I knew, I was like, man, there's a lot of people in this queue. A lot of people. Um, and that was around, I want to say 12:30 is when I got that original message. So I went in my car, I sat there for probably, um, I'll say 45 minutes before I realized like, hey, I can't be doing this too long. Only got an hour. I gotta get back into work. Um, so I ended up going back into work, and then finished my work day. So a couple hours later, I come out of work, and just out of curiosity, just because I was like, let me check it back out. Let me see if it actually is still up. And then I got out of work, and lo and behold, I hit this queue again. I was like, oh, thank goodness. There's a chance that there's still some product left. So I was super energetic. I was super excited about it, and um, I think all in all, I was on the website between the first time and the second time, probably close to 2.5 hours, staring at the screen, not refreshing, and making sure that I did not lose my spot when I got the when I so I could get the product. But I had to make sure that I had to stay on my cell phone since I started on my cell phone once I got home, because I heard that people that were trying to log in at home and on their phones and have multiple screens up, they got an error 17 code, which essentially is the Pokemon Center realized that multiple people from the same location were trying to access the website and kicked you out. So I think that's a cool feature. It's a frustrating feature for people like myself that have a phone, a computer that, you know, I would prefer to be able to queue at multiple spots. Um, Another trick that somebody put out later in the evening for me was, hey, take your phone off of Wi-Fi, have your computer up, use your phone. Um, I don't know how well that's going to work, and I don't really hope it works too well, if I'm being 100% honest, because I don't want that ability for bots really to be able to get that feature, or the thing that I think a lot of people are going to start doing is just start ordering it and sending it to different addresses, friends and family and things like that. I'm not hating it. I just, I would prefer to see what I saw today or yesterday and be able to get some product. Um, but 2.5 hours into it, I was able to get one of each set. Um, I heard some other YouTubers were saying that product was available for about 2 hours, which I was over the 2 hour mark, so I wasn't necessarily 100% on that one. And then I heard that the product was available for almost 5 hours after drop, which was huge for the community. That's a huge win, in my opinion. Huge win, because Pokemon Center heard the community. They heard that we weren't able to get it. They understood that there are a lot of bot systems out there, and they fought that. Outside of being in this queue, I don't know if anybody else experienced this yesterday, but I had to bring I had to complete a puzzle by bringing a picture over to complete the picture puzzle, and then it timed me. And my perfectionist self, I had to make sure like it lined up perfectly. To find out later that it didn't need to line up perfectly, it just needed to be relatively close. So I took like 4 seconds to do it, um, which I think is still pretty good, but could have been quicker, I guess. But apparently, that's a feature to disable bots from being able to buy. Um, Huge win. Good job, Pokemon Center. I applaud you. Huge win. For the collectors out there, this is huge. For the investors out there, this is huge. I typically don't order English product too much for my own personal collection, but I did want to make sure I got one of these sets just because it is so iconic to the Pokemon community. That if I don't have it, um, later on down the road in life, my kids will surely want this. Uh, to be handed down to them because they love the black and white era. Um, at least my two oldest do. The youngest, they might get there eventually. Um, so huge win all around, in my opinion, yesterday. The one things I am overly excited for is that this change came. Granted, it didn't come as quickly as I would have liked, but it came. The other kind of big thing that I'm looking forward to coming out of the Pokemon Center is maybe adding a queue, like showing you where you are in the queue, because I think that'll help give people a better idea of where they're at in line. Um, so overall, I thought this was a huge win for the community. I thought it was a good win for the Pokemon Center. It allowed a lot of people to get some product yesterday, which was also huge. Um, and it also cut down on the amount of scalpers, I think. This is just an I think because we haven't quite seen it yet, but I think it did cut down on scalpers because they weren't able to get all the product and then hold it and then turn around and sell it. However, I did see people already posting on eBay confirmed orders that are selling for well over MSRP. Um, if that's what you want to do, great. I did talk to another buddy of mine that said that he was probably going to put his pre-order um, Pokemon Center ones up for sale once he has them in hand, and then go and order non-Pokemon Center ones um, for his own collection. Uh, I'm sure you'll see a lot of people out there doing that. I'm not one of those people. But there's definitely a way to do it, especially since I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be having booster boxes for this set. If it continues like Prismatic and there's no booster boxes, you're only getting ETBs and having to open all the ETBs that you're going to need to open to get all the 300 plus cards that they're talking about for this set. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be hefty. It's definitely not gonna feel good on the wallet. But the collector inside of me is super excited, super excited about this set. All the illustration rares, master sets. It's gonna be an interesting one to watch and follow. Hopefully Danny Phantom does a master set like he does for everyone. I think that would be really cool to see for this set. If not for my own personal collection, but just to like view it to see that it was completed would be pretty pristine. Um, so I think moving forward, this is a good win for the community. This is really big for the hobbyists out there, allowing for people to be able to get product. Hopefully, we can see another 5-hour um, availability for product. But I say that thinking about there's another drop today at the day of recording. This was the 8th of May. There was another drop today, and it didn't seem to last as long. But I'm not sure how much product was actually up and available. But I still think it's a good win. I'm gonna hold it as that. I'm gonna keep it as that. And then moving forward, again, I kind of want to see the changes coming for the show you where you are in the queue, and then long term down the road, I definitely want to see how this fights the scalping. I want to see how this continues to fights the bots, just to make sure that they stay up to date with their software as bots gets new upgrades, that they don't try to circumnavigate the system. So all the things I want to see moving forward coming out of the Pokemon Center. But again, at the end of the day, huge win for Pokemon Center in my opinion yesterday, and hopefully the community was able to get the products that they want at the prices that they deserve, and we're able to continue moving this energy moving forward for the rest of the Black and White releases, as well as the Mega releases, and then the next anniversary release that's coming. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Please, again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And until the next video, you have a good one.